Governor Paul LePage will soon be coming to the county. Good evening. It's Friday, June 10th. I'm Amanda Keane, and you're watching News Source 8 at 11. We'll get to that story in a minute, but first, let's check in with Ted. Ted, that sky was gorgeous here in Presque Isle, and it was pretty comfortable this evening, too.
Boy, that would be a yes and a yes. What a fantastic blue sky with the clouds, and the feel of the evening has been just A-OK for sure. Tomorrow is going to be a gem. After that, we go backwards for a couple of days. I'll have your full forecast details just a few minutes from now.
A 69-year-old man was heading towards Washburn when he went off the road, striking a group of trees. Washburn Police Chief Roy Guidry says Joseph Netto of Washburn sustained serious head trauma when a tree went straight through his windshield, striking his face yesterday evening. According to Eastern Maine Medical Center, as of 10:30 tonight, he said he'll be in fair condition. The jaws of life were used, and he was transported by Crown Ambulance to Tamik and later flown to Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor. The Washburn Police Department says it's undetermined at this time what caused Netto to cross the center line and leave the road. Washburn police say the car was a total loss. They were assisted at the scene by Maine State Trooper Rob Flynn. A 49-year-old Linneus man lost control of his vehicle and crashed on a county road in New Limerick. According to Maine State Police, Ronner Dupont from Linneus was driving his Chevy Impala west when he stated a dog came into the road and he swerved to miss the animal, causing him to lose control of a vehicle. According to a witness, Dupont came down over a hill and already came to the center line when he realized he was partially in the oncoming lane and overcorrected, causing him to lose control. He went off the road on the right side and went into a ditch. The vehicle rolled onto its side where it crashed into a large group of trees, which caused it to roll over one time and then come to rest on the passenger side door. Dupont stated he was wearing a seatbelt and was able to crawl out of the vehicle. He was transported to Holton Regional Hospital by ambulance with cuts to his ears and the back of his head. This crash is still under investigation. A house in Portage is a total loss after a fire yesterday afternoon. According to Portage Fire Chief Brian Cody, the house at 79 West Road was insured. The Maine State Fire Marshals arrived at that scene today, however, and the cause of the fire is still yet to be determined. The homeowner was not there at the time, and there was nobody else in the home, nor were there any pets. The homeowner is currently staying with relatives. He had been remodeling the home, and we will provide with more information as it becomes available. Governor Paul LePage has announced he will hold his next town hall meetings in Aroostook County. The governor will hold 3 town hall meetings, one in Fort Kent, one in Presque Isle, and one in Holton. All of them will start at 6 p.m. and last about an hour. The meetings are open to the public. The doors will open at 5:30 p.m. The meeting dates and locations are this coming Monday, June 13th at the University of Maine Fort Kent, Tuesday, June 14th at the University of Maine Presque Isle, and Wednesday, June 15th at Holton High School. The town hall meetings will focus on the governor's vision for the state, including further reducing the income tax, reforming welfare by strengthening the state's safety net for the most vulnerable, cutting energy costs, and addressing Maine's high student debt burden. And more in Governor LePage news tonight. He said he will call Maine legislators back to the special session this summer to discuss 4 laws that he says lawmakers passed without appropriate funding. LePage claimed lawmakers didn't appropriate money for a drug-needed exchange program, a wage study, raises at Riverview Psychiatric Recovery Center, and $2.5 million to the county jails. The governor made the comment during a Wednesday town hall meeting in Augusta. The leaders of the state, Senate, and House told Maine Public Broadcasting Network that LePage's announcement surprised them and countered that the money is there. The spokeswoman, Adrienne Bennett, wrote in an email today that LePage has the constitutional authority to call a special session. In 2011, LePage called back legislators to consider redistricting. Bennett says, quote, he needed not provide a reason beforehand. A 33-year-old man from Bardesville, New Brunswick, has officially been charged in connection with an investigating into firearm and drug-related offenses. Yesterday, Christopher Kevin Jamieson appeared in Woodstock Provincial Court and was charged with the production of marijuana, possession of marijuana for the purpose of trafficking, possession of weapons contrary to a court order, and unsafe storage of firearms and ammunition. Jamison is also charged with being in possession of a weapon for a purpose dangerous to the public peace. In connection with a previous incident, he has been remanded into custody and is scheduled to return to court on July 13th at 1 p.m. Planting season is almost done for farmers around the county. News Source 8's Katie Zerilli checked in with the Maine Potato Board and a local farmer to see how the spring went. According to Feeding America's 2014 report, 1 in 4 children in Maine suffer from food insecurity. The TAMIC Pediatric Office has been selected to pilot a new program to help solve this issue here in the county, thanks to a grant. Partners in Community Health, or PICH, have partnered together with TAMIC Pediatric Office to start a food security screening on all children during their well-child visits. This is a 2-question validated screen that enables the practitioner to identify if there's food insecurity for the child or in the family. For any positive screens, TAMIC will collaborate with Healthy Aroostook and ACAP to link them to services that will help lead them to food and other resources.
We chose the pediatric office because we know that food insecurity is a problem for that pediatric population. And so that we felt that that was the best place to focus the pitch part of it.
I think TAMIC, it comes to us as the Cadillac model in terms of developing a food insecurity screening, because they're not just saying, here's a resource, this is where you can find a food pantry, but they're actually unpacking that and helping to connect the patient to more than just food.
According to Heidi Ratcliffe, the social worker for the program, they hope to not only work with an individual on linking them to different resources, but help them get to the point where they don't need those resources anymore and can be self-sufficient. In state news, the National Park Service wants help with its investigation of a death of a New Jersey man who suffered a fatal fall at Acadia National Park. The service is asking to talk to anyone who might have been in the area when 68-year-old Mark Simon of Glen Ridge fell to his death. He was trying to take a picture of the sunset at the time. The Portland Press-Herald reports the Monday death had been ruled accidental initially, but the case has not been closed. Simon fell approximately 40 feet from a bluff between Sand Beach and Thunder Hole. The Park Service asks anyone who is in the area between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Monday to call 207-228-8791. Rental prices have now been set for the new Presque Isle Community Center. In sports, we'll find out the Central Aroostook Panthers will continue their Cinderella run in baseball. And after the break, Ted says if you have some outdoor chores you want to get done this weekend, tomorrow's your day. Well, that looks pretty good.
Sure does.
Thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend.